Better is safer, better is faster, better is accountability.
Collaboration of different entities in different locations and different disciplines.
Better is more sustainable, more efficient.
Digital technologies change the way we build to new angles in visualizing our city like never before.
I would say that a better design is a design that is able to communicate interdependently.
Better is a better organized data when it comes to structure.
Better design is collaborative design. A lot of BIM, communication.
Technology has enabled us to be more effective in collaboration between design and construction partners.
Virtual reality allows us to engage clients and all the design team and the streamline decision making in every aspect of the project.
Please welcome to the stage Vice President of AEC Strategy and Marketing, Nicola Mangone.
Good morning! Good morning! Come on, it's day 2. Bonjour! And welcome to the AEC keynote today at Autodesk University. All of us in this room are responsible for the spaces that support and improve our lives. For the past several years, Autodesk has been talking to you about the need to design and build more housing, more commercial buildings, more roads, more bridges, all to support a growing population moving to cities. But we don't just have to build more. And today, I want to talk to you about the need to protect, rebuild, and improve the current built environment. Because our environment is at risk. The United Nations forecasts that we currently have $4 trillion of at-risk assets across the globe. Some of this risk is due to natural disasters, and they have dramatically increased in the last 20 years. Aging infrastructures make these disasters even worse. And the wildfires in California are just a recent reminder of this. Disasters will continue to happen, and our industry is the first responder. Technology is a tool that can help to protect, rebuild, and improve. Close to 10 years ago, we saw a devastating tsunami trigger a nuclear meltdown in Fukushima, Japan. Engineers and contractors were at the front line of the recovery. They were using Revit and Navisworks, and they had to quickly design and build a concrete structure to cover the damaged structure. That was the first time ever that a point cloud was brought into Revit. A more recent example is from our partner, Esri. They are using GIS data to help firefighters battle the wildfires in California. With the GIS data at their fingertips, firefighters have a better understanding of how they can save lives and protect homes and businesses. Technology can also be used to rebuild, and we are doing this today at Notre Dame. Just like Fukushima after the tsunami, the AEC industry rallied to respond. Autodesk is supporting the effort to rebuild the cathedral, and I actually visited the site just a few days after the fire. I studied to be a civil engineer just a few blocks away from Notre Dame, and I used to walk by it every single day for many years. So for me, it was quite emotional to be there. What you see here is the point cloud from before the fire. Years ago, our longtime customer, AGP, completed a full laser scan of the cathedral using Autodesk Recap. And this wood structure that you see here no longer exists. If AGP had not scanned Notre Dame, we would have nothing to help us rebuild. Today, Autodesk and AGP are teaming up to develop a complete BIM model based on the scans. This model will be made available to all involved in the reconstruction of the cathedral. Both Fukushima and Notre Dame are important reminders that digitizing spaces like heritage sites is vital to better respond when there is a tragedy. Technology can help us protect and rebuild spaces. It can also help us to improve. I'm sure you all know about Boston Dynamics. They are taking robotics in AEC to the next level. Their robots can help us improve how we respond to dangerous situations. Let me introduce you to Spot. Spot, come on, Spot. Spot was designed to go places where drones and people just can't go. It uses sensors. It can map the environment to create 3D models. It can collect data on threats like leaking gas or underground fire. And this information can be used also by first responders to locate and rescue victims. Spot can also be used in construction. That's so cool. It's an open platform. It can feed data into a third-party developer ecosystem, and then they can use the data for specific processes, such as automated job site inspection. And the cool thing for all of you is it's already integrated with Revit and BIM 360. In the future, Spot will use the model to better locate itself, and it can to navigate on the job site. With enough onboard processing power and cloud connection, it could even trigger RFIs automatically as it navigates through the job site. Technology like Spot puts data at the center and helps us understand the world in ways that were not possible before. Thank you for being here, Spot. A big round of applause. I actually used it yesterday, and I can tell you it's even easier to use it than my drone, so I love it. That was awesome. Protecting, rebuilding, and improving is necessary for our future and the built environment. To be effective, we must understand it in deeper and more meaningful ways. That's where data comes into play. At Autodesk, we believe that better starts with data. And it's important for you to collect it, use it, and share it so you can drive better outcome for your business, the industry, and our world. That's one of the reasons we've been making significant investments in construction. And just on Monday, at our Connect and Construct conference, we made some big announcements. And I'd like to bring on stage my friend and colleague Jim Lynch, Vice President and General Manager of Autodesk Construction Solutions, to talk about what we are doing in construction and why.
Nicolas, bonjour.
Bonjour, Jim.
Bonjour, Nicolas.
I've seen what you've been doing, the work you've been doing, and it's awesome. Can you tell the audience what you announced earlier this week?
Absolutely. Nicolas, on Monday, it was an epic day for construction at Autodesk. We had over 3,000 construction professionals at our event. It was the largest Connect and Construct event we've ever hosted. And of course, at Connect and Construct, we announced the Autodesk Construction Cloud, which brings together the products that many of the folks in this room use today. BIM 360, PlanGrid, Building Connected, and Assembled. Now, we've been keenly focused on breadth, depth, and connectivity across the portfolio. Ultimately, we're making these products more connected and more collaborative. And together, these products support a wide range of workflows spanning all phases of construction.
But Jim, it's not just construction. You know, we have many architects, engineers here in the room and online. So tell us more.
It's a great point, Nicolas. You're absolutely right. It isn't just about construction. It actually connects the entire project workflow. which is why this is so important to the architects and engineers in the room. As you know, I led Revit product team for many, many years. And this truly connected workflow is something we envisioned even back then. You can start with design and modeling in AutoCAD or Revit, and then collaborate with your project stakeholders across the globe throughout the pre-construction and project execution phases. It's important to point out, in addition to this great technology, Autodesk Construction Cloud has two other critical components. First, a builder's network that connects right trade partners to help you get the results you need. And then secondly, predictive insights to help teams reduce risk. We're making teams more connected and more collaborative.
It's a real game changer for the AEC industry. So what's next, Jim?
Oh, Nicola, we have a lot going on. We're continuing to build capabilities across the portfolio. We're connecting our products with more meaningful workflows, and we're working on a common data environment, a CDE, built on BIM 360 docs.
I'm excited, and I know many of you in the room are excited. So how do we learn more, Jim?
So Ali Scott, who leads Construction Thought Leadership for the Autodesk Construction Solutions team, is going to be up here later in the keynote to tell you more about Autodesk Construction Cloud.
I just can't wait to see Ali. So one last question, Jim, before you go. So more and more of our customers here have started to change their processes, and they started to embrace off-site and modular construction. So can you tell us how Autodesk Construction Cloud will support this way of working?
You know, industrialized construction is something I'm deeply passionate about. In fact, 2 years ago, I stood on this very stage and talked about our vision for industrialized construction. I'm proud to tell you that Autodesk Construction Cloud will become the foundation for the convergence of construction and manufacturing. Now, many of us know that convergence really requires seamless flow of data from design to fabrication, ultimately out to the job site. Autodesk Construction Cloud will enable this. And let me just say, this has been an exciting year for us, and it's only the beginning. And Nicola, I have a little present for you. So on my lapel, I have the new emblem, logo for Autodesk Construction Cloud. I'd like to give this to you and ask you to wear it proudly for today and for the remainder of the year.
And for the rest of my life.
For the rest of your life, exactly. Woo! Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, my friend. So let's give Jim a big round of applause. As Jim made clear, data is central to our efforts to innovate. Data is what enables collaboration. Data is what allows your teams to quickly explore new ideas. And it's data that improves productivity during the process of design and construction. But what else can we do with the data? Well, that's what I'm about to show you. So, just like Amazon can suggest a new product to buy, Netflix a new movie to watch, or Spotify a new song to listen to, data can also be used in operations to make our spaces smarter. For building owners and operators, 70% of the total cost of ownership is during the operation phase. Data can help them to be more efficient and cost-effective. In fact, earlier this year, Gartner highlighted smart spaces in their top 10 strategic technology trends. And today, there are 30 billion IoT connected devices in buildings, and it's growing. And when you bring BIM plus IoT plus AI, you get your digital twin. Digital twins help us better manage and understand the performance of the built environment. And it's important. For instance, energy management. Today, buildings produce 40% of the world's carbon footprint. Understanding their energy performance is a first step in optimizing systems to reduce CO2 emissions. So let's look at another example. In a hospital, monitoring real-time conditions is crucial for operations. This hospital on screen is equipped with a smart doors, just like this one on stage. I know, it looks like a regular door, but like a transformer, it's more than meets the eye. This smart door was designed using Fusion 360 by Haka Labs, one of the startups that we incubate at the Autodesk Technology Center in Boston. It comes in multiple configurations, different sizes and materials, and the door is equipped with many sensors that monitor smoke, temperature, humidity, and more. It carries its own processor, making local AI possible. Just like a phone case, you can change the door's appearance. Each door also works as a connected IoT rack. Modular base can host speakers, voice assistants, privacy glass, or even a delivery hatch for your Amazon packages, or for spots. And it's easy to use. You can pull these racks. And by the way, I'm an IoT geek, and I think I can't wait to install some in my house. The operating system communicates natively with Autodesk software, so all monitoring and controlling happens in a BIM model, like in the hospital, for instance. Here, the door leads to a laundry station near the operating rooms, and it's configured with specialized particle and air pressure sensors. Imagine I'm a nurse, and I walk through the door, but for some reason, the door got blocked, or I forget to close it. The door will trigger an alert, and a ticket will be created in BIM 360 Ops. A technician will be notified and see exactly where to go with an indoor map based on the Revit floor plan. As the technician is reviewing the ticket, artificial intelligence will indicate that there's an overdue maintenance on one of the exhaust fans, and it might result in a possible contamination. Not only this, but the BIM model, combined with the sensor data, enables the technician to see how the fan has been performing over time and understand when the problem started. We can then visualize if the other fans are meeting requirements. With this information, the staff can take fast action to prevent further compliance issues. If I manage many hospitals, I can identify overdue maintenance of the same type and get them resolved. That's just one example of how a digital twin, enabled by BIM plus IoT plus AI, can help owners better manage performance in a smart space. AI can help in many other ways. It can look at large amount of data, not just what we talked about, but also occupant data, social media, weather conditions, HR systems, and many more. When you have all of this data together, you can better understand your space so you can improve and optimize its performance. The power of BIM plus IoT plus AI will provide owners and operators with insight like never before. Our buildings will be more efficient, they will produce less CO2, and they will be more resilient for the future. Talking about the future, our next speaker is working on a big idea, and it's going to change the future of transportation. He's going to share with you what they are doing to create a faster, safer, and greener mode of transportation, and it has the potential to disrupt how we move back and forth between places. I'm excited to introduce him to you. Please join me in welcoming CTO and co-founder at Virgin Hyperloop One, Josh Gagel.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Bonjour. It's not my native tongue. But thank you, Nicola. Thank you, Autodesk, for letting me share the stage with you here at AU. I'm really excited to talk about the first new mode of transportation in over 100 years. Something that will change the way that I live, change the way that you live, change the way that we all live, change how we get goods, and change how cities are built. So one of the fundamental questions that caused Hyperloop to come into existence is how have we seen so much advancement in technology, the computers we hold in our hands, the missions we launch to space, the machines we teach to think, but yet we haven't seen any major revolution in transportation technology. One that's faster, one that's safer, one that's greener, cleaner, and cheaper. So Hyperloop is that new form of transportation. It can go 700 miles an hour, provide on-demand service, and have 0 direct emissions. So 5 years ago, we started this journey in a garage. And now, just 30 minutes north of here, we have a full-scale test track in Las Vegas, where we've achieved 240 miles per hour on 500 meters of track. We now have a number of global projects and a clear path to making Hyperloop a reality, something that anyone in this room can ride very, very soon. First, let me give you an overview of how it works. So with Hyperloop, we have our vehicles, which we call pods. Now, you've likely seen some of the pods in the news or something like that, but if you walk over to the exhibit hall, you'll be able to see it there. You'll be able to see some of our team that's here representing it. I encourage you to do so if you haven't done so already. Or you can wait a few years, and you can ride one for yourself. So the pods accelerate gradually up to speed using electric propulsion in a low-pressure tube. It'd be like flying 4 or 5 times higher than a conventional aircraft, or about 200,000 feet. That allows us to glide at airline speeds using a new form of magnetic levitation that we've developed. Direct to your destination, without stopping, when you want to leave. Smooth enough not to spill your coffee, or for those of you who are out late last night, maybe a martini. So imagine what we could do with that speed. You can eliminate the barriers of time and distance. Imagine connecting cities like metro stops. If the 30-minute drive to the other end of the strip, you could actually be hundreds of miles away in a different city. It's a completely different mode of what becomes accessible. It's the career path you didn't think you could do. It's the house you didn't think you could buy. It's the family you finally get to see. The possibilities are truly endless. So embedded in this technology is a new way of thinking about mass transportation, one that meets the energy and consumer demands of this coming century and actually now. For less than the cost of high-speed rail, you can go 3 times as fast. At the same speed as an airline, let's use 10 times less energy. Instead of burning fossil fuels, let's build a high-performance electric system that'll take you where you want to go, directly to your destination when you want it. Instead of taking over large swaths of land, let's try to fit it into the median of a highway. How are we doing this? Well, at VHO, we're taking a completely different, unique approach to planning and designing our system, optimizing both the system operations, the linear infrastructure, and the vehicle design simultaneously. The suite of tools that we use for this system-wide and linear infrastructure optimization are enabling us to go from first flight to commercial operation in just a matter of a few years. It's equivalent to building the car, the road, the driver, and the traffic system all at the same time. Think of the power of optimizing that. And we're talking about true multidimensional geometries and multivariable optimization problems. By creating our own custom workflows and automation tools in Civil 3D and Revit, we've automated a number of these repetitive tasks quickly to get to an executable solution. And we're cutting 3 to 9 months down into a matter of hours. It allows us to minimize the capital costs, the time, and be able to deliver projects quite a bit faster. We built that whole tube in a matter of 6 months. In a way, VHO is a test bed for the new form of capabilities that optimization tools in construction are doing on the linear infrastructure in large-scale projects. And the construction industry is also ripe for innovation. 10 to 20 years ago, it was pretty novel to do design-build in a P3 project. Now we're familiar with a number of new types of delivery models, from progressive design-build to integrated project delivery. At VHO, we're not only creating next-generation technology for the vehicle, but we're bringing manufacturing-level accuracy and automation to the construction industry and innovating on how projects are delivered and developed. To be fair, we can't, nor do we want to, do this alone. So we're building strategic partnerships with best-in-class companies. And just yesterday, we announced Virgin Hyperloop One and Autodesk, a strategic partnership to explore optimizing transit routes in improving digital engineering in the workflow construction processes. And we'll keep you updated as we go. But today we're integrating Autodesk BIM 360 and big data into our design, into our workflows, which is absolutely critical for the future transport systems of the world. And lastly, we're automating mundane tasks as much as possible in order to scale fast, reduce costs, and minimize risk. So we're looking for leaders in the fields of architecture and engineering and construction. I assume that's most of you who want to build a future with us. Quick plug, we're looking for a head of linear infrastructure. Check out our website. So it's an exciting time for big ideas. What we're experiencing today is a rapid change, a rapid realization of how fast these ideas could be done. 60 years ago, no one knew how to put a man on the moon. But the engineers used their tool sets, much like we're using Autodesk tools today, to make the impossible possible. Within 10 years, they put that first astronaut on the moon. And within 10 years, we're going to go from a garage to grandma's riding on a Hyperloop system. Hyperloop is just the beginning. Future is closer than you think. Now is the time to think big. Thank you very much.
Please welcome to the stage AI Development Manager, Russell Williams.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Good morning, everybody. It's really great to be here. Thanks for having me. As a former architect, it's exciting to hear how much innovation is happening in our industry and how technology is helping firms like Virgin Hyperloop One rethink design and construction. When I started my career in architecture, I imagined I'd be spending my time being creative and exploring computational solutions to design problems. But I never really got the chance. I got stuck doing boring activities like making door schedules, stair duty, and red lines right away. I didn't have time to follow my passion. I was basically just following standards. Today, I lead an AI and machine learning team here at Autodesk, and we're working to integrate the power of AI into the design tools you know and love so that you don't have to be stuck doing stair duty like I was. It's my team's mission to help prepare you for a future where you'll be more connected to each other, to your data, and to your passion. But you don't have to wait for the future or next generation AI tools to make more data-driven decisions today. Like you saw from Josh, you can already start doing this through the many innovations we've already built into the products you're using, like Revit and BIM 360. Our product development is focused on 3 areas that allow you to use and extend your data for better collaboration, better exploration, and better productivity. So first, let's talk about how we're working to improve how all of us can work better together. Better collaboration starts with making design data more widely available to anyone who needs it throughout the project lifecycle. And that means providing ways to help get you the right data in the right format to the right team member on whatever device they want to work on. In order to do this, your data must be portable, secure, and accessible through a common data environment. And for us, that means BIM 360. BIM 360 allows you to centralize all of your project data and easily tap into that data through authoring tools like Revit, Civil 3D, and AutoCAD, as well as Autodesk Construction Cloud. BIM 360 Design connects design data across teams, allowing you to securely co-author models anytime, anywhere. And we've been seeing more and more of you benefit from BIM 360 Design. We launched BIM 360 Design for Revit 2 years ago and now have over 100,000 active projects consisting of over 600,000 models representing over 160 countries. And BIM 360 Design is having a tremendous impact on your projects, and here are just a few examples. It allowed Burr-Happold engineers to complete a challenging IPD project 20% faster than they normally would by allowing them to virtually co-locate project team members. It's also saving VK Architects engineers 4,000 euros per employee per year compared to using server-based solutions, which are costly to implement and maintain. And it even helped engineering firm GlueMax save more than 400 hours on an ambitious design build project by allowing them to work with subcontractors directly on shop drawings, bypassing the detailed design phase. And now, for you civil engineers in the room, I'm excited to share that we're bringing BIM 360 design to Civil 3D to transform the way you collaborate. With collaboration for Civil 3D, you can securely access your drawings, manage data shortcuts, and utilize XREFs from a cloud-based environment so that you can extend your teams across locations. You can even automate versioning and backup so your data never gets lost, compare drawings, visualize changes, and manage issues so that you can easily track how your project's progressing. On top of all of that, BIM 360 Design is the only Civil 3D and Revit cloud collaboration solution that allows you to collaborate across disciplines on complex projects that include both vertical and horizontal assets, like a rail station and a railway track. And some of our Civil 3D customers already got an early look and are giving it great reviews, and we can't wait to hear what you think. We're also continuing to partner with companies who share our vision for making design collaboration more inclusive of everyone involved in a project. So if you recall last year at AU, we announced a collaboration with Unity, one of the most widely used real-time 3D platforms. And as part of this collaboration, we committed to making it easier for you to go back and forth between your design models and real-time 3D experiences. Unity and Autodesk are taking the first big step toward that commitment with next month's release of Unity Reflect. Reflect will allow you to access the power of real-time visualization and game engine technology for Revit models with a single click. Reflect will provide a seamless workflow for moving data and geometry between Revit and Unity on all types of platforms, mobile, desktop, virtual reality, and augmented reality. And we're also happy to announce that today, Autodesk and Unity are taking our partnership even further with a BIM 360 integration. This will dramatically reduce the friction to get your BIM data into real-time visualization, making the VR experience more valuable throughout design, construction, and even operations. For instance, you'll be able to flag design issues directly in your VR experiences and have them show up automatically in BIM 360's issue registry so that you can address them later. We're also working hard to help you do what inspired all of us to be designers and engineers in the first place. The opportunity to explore our creativity by solving challenging design problems. And one of the areas we're hard at work on is generative design. With generative design, you can easily optimize your designs for multiple, often competing criteria, like cost and performance, and use the computer to do what it does best, compute permutations of a design to help you quickly narrow down the problem space to meet your project goals. But many generative design tools out there can be really hard to leverage because they typically require you to know how to code or understand special terminology or how a genetic algorithm works. What we're currently working on is a way to make generative design more accessible to all designers, not just those of you who know how to code. On the screen, you're seeing our public beta of Project Refinery. And here, the designer is performing a massing study to explore the allocation of retail versus office space while trying to minimize costs and maximize rentable area. You'll see that it's integrated in the Revit environment, and you don't need to write a single line of code to use this. This is our first step toward making generative design more mainstream so that more of you can have the supercharged ability to explore the best possible options. Earlier, you heard Nicola talk about how we need to use technology to protect, rebuild, and improve so that we can be ready to respond when our built environment is faced with disasters. Designers have a critical role to play in helping address this challenge and in addressing the climate change crisis head on. This is precisely why Autodesk is investing in tools that make it easier for you to understand the effects of your design decisions on the construction and performance of our built assets. We're proud to support leading AEC firms like Skanska, Perkins & Will, Thornton Tomasetti, Arup, and others on their work on the Embodied Carbon and Construction Calculator, also known as EC3. This open source tool is an industry-led collaboration that helps all of us attain a long, elusive goal of measuring and managing the carbon impact of our building material choices. And I'm excited to share with you another BIM 360 integration. Now you'll be able to transfer material and quantity directly between BIM 360 and EC3 and visualize the embodied carbon of your material choices. We're also investing in tools that help you produce higher performing, more energy efficient buildings during operations. Earlier this fall, we released powerful new mechanical systems analysis functionality in Revit. This provides a platform to integrate HVAC systems analysis and modeling so that you can make data-driven decisions right from the start. Now you can use that same Revit model you're using for documentation, for detailing and analysis, eliminating the need to create a redundant analytical model. With this new development, you can analyze building performance with much less effort and with much more confidence. So as you can see, we're heavily investing in improving collaboration and tools for exploration, but we understand that you still have tedious, time-consuming tasks that are impacting your productivity. So much of our focus remains on trying to make your day-to-day more enjoyable and productive. And Dynamo has been at the heart of much of that work. Dynamo for Civil 3D allows you to automate repetitive tasks quickly and efficiently, whether you're designing guardrail for road projects, signals on a rail track, or handicap ramps on a site. And getting started in Dynamo for Civil 3D is quicker than you might think, and can drive results and can save you both time and money. Take it from the team at Arcadis. They wanted to test to see what Dynamo could do for them, so they hired an intern to write the script of the design for the overhead wiring of the railway track. When they changed the track layout, the script would automatically update the overhead wiring along with it. They used to have to replace each and every one of those poles one by one. The results were so impressive and saved them so much time, they even included the wind deflection in the same script to ensure none of the poles would hit the nearby infrastructure in bad weather. And who doesn't want to spend less time on boring, repetitive activities? Dynamo for Revit has been around for several years now. And now we're making it easier for anyone to take advantage of task automation in Revit through Dynamo Player. Dynamo Player allows anyone to easily run a script to automate tasks, even if you don't know how to code or use Dynamo. For instance, this video shows how you can quickly generate structural reinforcements for window and door openings using Dynamo Player. A task that used to take 10 minutes to do manually in Revit now only takes 10 seconds using Dynamo Player. And this is just one example of the endless number of tasks you could automate. Another example of how we're helping you work faster is the new Path of Travel tool in Revit 2020. So with this tool, instead of having to manually calculate the travel time between all the ways you can get from point A to point B in a design, Revit automatically does that for you and even takes into account obstacles that might be in the way. This is a powerful tool for where minimizing travel time is critical, like from a nurse's station to patient rooms, or from stadium seating to the nearest exit. In addition to workflow automation, we're working on tools that leverage contextual data to help all of you, civil designers in the room, make better design decisions. You can use InfraWorks to build an intelligent 3D environment of your existing site conditions. Data that you feed into your InfraWorks model can come from everywhere, from LiDAR and drone-based typology data, to data coming directly from a connection to ArcGIS. For example, you can use the data to perform mobility or flood analysis that'll help you make the right design decisions early in the process, get stakeholder buy-in, and avoid all the costly rework. Our partnership with Esri enhances these capabilities even further. Since the original Autodesk connector for ArcGIS was officially released last year, we've added the connector functionality to Map 3D and Civil 3D. You now have the ability to publish directly back to ArcGIS, which enables significant time savings for GIS teams. And work is currently underway to connect ArcGIS data to models in BIM 360 for even better collaboration across teams. Think about what you can do with all of this intelligent information at your fingertips, all in the same interface without having to switch back and forth to any other program. So this is just the start of what we're doing to help you design for the future and adapt to today's challenges. And as I've shown you today, we're working hard to support you by making your design data more accessible for collaboration, extending its power for exploration, and automating your day-to-day for productivity. We want you to spend more time imagining and designing spaces of the future and less time stuck on red lines and door schedules. We also know that your projects don't stop in design, and neither does the value of your data. That's why we're investing in construction. My colleague Allison Scott is going to share those details with you. Please join me in welcoming her to the stage. Ready?
Thank you so much, Rochelle. That was awesome. We practiced that high five. Better collaboration, better exploration, better productivity. To me, this all comes back to connected data and how digitization can help streamline workflows and improve the way teams work and cultivate innovation. The idea of connected data resonates with me. Data is like a connective tissue that threads all the work we do. My background is in construction innovation. In fact, not too long ago, I was sitting right where you are now, grappling with the challenges of disconnected teams, fragmented information, managing R&D pilots, and technology adoption. What I learned from my time in the industry is that no aspect of construction happens in isolation. On any given day, I was working with VDC managers, project engineers, superintendents, business development managers. In reality, the construction process requires connecting with each other and working towards a common goal. So, how you decide what technology to use or innovative idea to invest in should be connected too. Now, that's easy for me to say, as somebody who now works for Autodesk, but for many of you, investing in innovation and choosing the right technology can be really, really tough. How do you know it will deliver enduring value to your business? And how do you choose the right one? The specific problems you have may be different than that of your neighbor, so don't let yourself get caught up with FOMO or fear of missing out. And it's very easy to see the next shiny object and think, that's going to make us an innovative company, when the truth is much more nuanced than that. So where do you start? You start with your data. Data is what enables new ways of working, no matter what your innovation priorities are. It could be as simple as analyzing your reporting metrics for daily logs to see how certain teams are faring, to evaluating cost benchmarks of every hospital you've ever done to decide how to capture more market share. Data is what connects, not isolates these opportunities, to help teams be more collaborative, help you explore new ideas, uncover innovations, and help you decide how to create repeatable practices and make your teams more productive. So you spend less time recovering from what went wrong and more time making data-driven decisions to help improve the now and prepare for the future. This is what excites me about Autodesk Construction Cloud. This is our platform, our connective tissue to support your digital innovation journey. We've brought together a powerful portfolio of construction management software, tools you're already using today. Building Connected, Assemble, BIM 360, and PlanGrid. And over the last year, we've made them even more integrated and more connected and more collaborative, so that data flows more seamlessly to help you improve teamwork and enhance decision-making. Not to mention, we've done it in a way that doesn't disrupt your way of working, but improves upon it. Autodesk Construction Cloud enables you to solve today's challenges while preparing for future innovation. Could be modular construction or adopting Spot on your job site. It extends the power of your data to cross all workflows, from design, plan, build, and operate, providing you access to rich integration points and predictive solutions. And as Russell mentioned, core to this is our common data environment built on BIM 360 document management. BIM 360 Docs centralizes project data, making it useful and available throughout the project lifecycle, giving you the ability to tap into that data through the Autodesk ecosystem of authoring and construction tools. And as we continue to invest in this platform, we're guided by 19650, ISO 19650, and we're expanding our support for projects large and small, adding value regardless of scale. Your design and construction data is more connected and more actionable than ever before. Now, I want to go a bit deeper into what some of these connections look like. If we look at the 4 phases of a project, design, plan, build, and operate, each handoff is critically important. So let's start with the handoff between design and plan. Pre-construction sets the stage for delivering a successful project, and Navisworks has been a critical tool in planning for years, allowing you to review integrated models and enhance constructability. Now, with Navisworks Publisher for Assemble, teams can bring their coordinated models from Navisworks into Assemble and quickly and easily condition the model, and use that data to create a complete project inventory, which is what you start to see on this screen. That inventory can then be used for estimating, scheduling, or other downstream workflows. This allows you to bid more jobs and win more work using model-based quantity takeoff. And your data remains available within Autodesk Construction Cloud to help manage sequencing and trade coordination. Continuing on with the plan phase, let's look at a workflow we launched this summer. Okay, so it's not uncommon for pre-con teams to be buried in documents, plans, spreadsheets as they advance through those early stages of a project. We've created a tighter connection between the plan and build handoff with our Building Connected to PlanGrid workflow. Models, plans, estimates, and documents are often manually uploaded into project management tools. I remember this. This is a time-consuming process that can result in missing files and data errors. So now, with a simple push of a button, you can automatically send pre-construction files from Building Connected to PlanGrid. This instantly starts your project record, allowing you to sidestep manual project creation and quickly get your teams up to speed to support your project kickoff. Whether on a desktop or a mobile device, information is immediately accessible. And one firm who sees value in our new workflows is CRB. And I know you all are out there, so hello to CRB. This year, CRB celebrated its 35th anniversary as a global consulting, design, and construction services firm. CRB knows that successful project execution starts the moment they win a job, and they look for ways to maximize efficiency by connecting workflows from start to finish. While the company has found value in using both Building Connected and PlanGrid separately, now using this new connection, CRB can seamlessly transfer complex data from the design and planning phase into the hands of the workers on the site. They estimate this integration will save them at least 2 weeks of work, on every project and help them improve communication with their subcontractors. In fact, CRB are full adopters of Autodesk Construction Cloud, putting Assemble, BIM 360, Building Connected, and PlanGrid to work across all parts of their business. They are also using Revit and BIM 360 to co-author one model, enhancing collaboration with trade partners, using Assemble for progress tracking and connecting it to Power BI to improve their monthly reports, digitizing quality and safety reports using PlanGrid, making it easier for teams to respond in real time, and underpinning it all, using BIM 360 Docs as a common data environment so they can push data across the workflows. It is really great to see a company like CRB embracing new ways to connect products they've already adopted, allowing them to feel more confident in transitioning from design, plan, and build. Now, let's talk about an important design-to-build workflow we launched earlier this year. PlanGrid BIM is a powerful connection between Revit and PlanGrid. And this enables users to immediately access BIM data directly within PlanGrid on their mobile device. In this video, we start to see how construction teams can drill down into rich BIM data in an easy-to-use 2D interface or 3D environment, empowering the field to build with greater accuracy. For the designers and engineers in the room, this Revit plugin helps you give your construction teams quicker access to 3D views and metadata, so they have a better understanding of your design intent. And it is built right the first time. This puts a wealth of data at your fingertips in a way that is easy to use, even if you're not a BIM expert. Okay, let's talk about the build phase. Before I dive into some of our integrations, I want to give an update on the cost management capabilities in BIM 360. And we announced those on this stage just last year. We all know that cost and time are two of the most important things to be managed in construction. And using BIM 360, teams are reducing the guesswork and visualizing cost-related risk with real-time budget and cost tracking. And we're excited to announce we've just added more intuitive workflow actions, the ability to generate supplier change orders at different phases, and new fundamental forecasting tools. We're working closely with you to continue to enhance these capabilities. And we have a near-term focus on more forecasting and pay applications. And we're exploring opportunities to tie cost management closer to pre-con, like bidding and estimating. Now, I know a lot of you have questions about BIM 360 and PlanGrid. Both of these tools are used during the build phase for project management and field collaboration. And we're being extremely thoughtful and understanding the capabilities that you know and love in each of these solutions. And we're focusing on strengthening their ties. Recently, we deepened the connection between these two tools using PlanGrid Connect, an integration platform. Now, you can automatically sync documents, drawings, issues, tasks, and more between BIM 360 and PlanGrid. Using this integration, information can be created and shared from BIM 360 and directly pushed to PlanGrid users in the field. And PlanGrid users can now take the custom field reports they've created and automatically save them back to BIM 360. This is a fantastic way to keep the office and the field teams connected while allowing them to work in either BIM 360 or PlanGrid, and helping to maximize the value associated with using both tools. Finally, let's look at build to operate. There are many teams who find value in PlanGrid to create and manage a set of living as-built after turnover. And BIM 360 Ops is our mobile-first work order management tool that has given many owners peace of mind to support quick response to maintenance issues. Now, our PlanGrid to BIM 360 Ops integration enhances the value of both tools. BIM 360 Ops users can easily manage work order tickets created from PlanGrid. So, as a building manager is walking a facility, they can create an issue on the as-built plans using PlanGrid on their mobile device. And a ticket is automatically created in BIM 360 Ops for tracking and resolution. This helps you respond in real time and supports more efficient building maintenance regardless of which tool is used. Those are just a few examples of the 300 enhancements we've made this year, and just this week, we've announced more than 50 product improvements across nearly every workflow, rolling out over the next few weeks, like mobile RFIs in BIM 360, design risk management in Construction IQ. This list gets long, excuse me. Automated back, oh wow. Vegas is dry. Let's try that again. Automated backlog syncing with ERP systems in Building Connected Trade tab, and customizable native field reports in PlanGrid. But beyond product enhancements, I want to share an exciting and unique way that Autodesk Construction Cloud helps you create deeper connections to the teams that you partner with every day or want to work with in the future. We all know in this room that construction is a relationship business, and strong relationships drive successful outcomes. I can remember sitting with teams trying to understand how to find the right partners for projects or who to choose. It might not be worse than online dating, but it is a close second. Our Builders Network, powered by Building Connected, has nearly 1 million construction professionals. And now, instead of relying on your Rolodex or a blind date on a bid form, you can tap into all that talent across the market, increasing your ability to manage bids and quickly build the right team. So we're focusing on depth, breadth, and connectivity across the platform and your people. Autodesk Construction Cloud has capabilities that span all phases of the lifecycle. And if you are using Assemble, Building Connected, PlanGrid, or BIM 360 today, you're already benefiting from Autodesk Construction Cloud. We've fundamentally increased the power of these tools by making them more connected, more integrated, and more collaborative, extending the value of the way you work, regardless of which tool you start in. It makes your data actionable, connecting your people for better collaboration, better exploration, and better productivity. And we've only just begun. We're focusing on continuous improvement, and we're partnering with you along the way to meet your innovation and digitization priorities. Whether you're just starting to go more paperless, or move from 2D to 3D, or going deeper with AI and generative design tools like Brissell talked to you about earlier. And every day, the individual products are becoming more intertwined to address the collaborative nature of design and construction. Autodesk Construction Cloud is built for every one of you, in every industry segment, and at all stages of the building lifecycle. And whether it's connecting people, process, or technology, connected construction is better construction. Thank you.
All right, let's thank Jim, Josh, Russell, Ali, and Spot. So a big round of applause, please. Thank you. And Jim, I wear the pin you gave me for life. So thank you for that. So before we let you go to your classes, I want to leave you with 3 things. First, your data is valuable, and Autodesk is the only company that can truly connect your data through the entire project lifecycle, and we are committed to being your partner in making data work for you. Second, we are investing in the products you know and love, from Revit to InfraWorks, from BIM 360 to PlanGrid, and from Dynamo to Civil 3D. We are making our products better. And we are expanding our strategic alliances with companies like Unity, Esri, and Virgin Hyperloop One to make your lives easier. And third, all of us have the responsibility and the technology to protect, rebuild, and improve the current built environment. We must do better. So where do we start? We start by thinking about ways to make better decisions during design and construction. We start by embracing data to better manage our spaces, and better starts here. Let's build the future better together. Thank you.